just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe them? Said, hey, little boy, you can't go where the others go. You don't look like they do. Said, hey, old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He said, son, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe them? Just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I keep looking for something I can't get. Broken hearts lie all around me, and I don't see an easy way to get out of this. Her diary sits by the bedside table. The curtains closed, the cat's in a cradle. Who would have thought that a boy like me could come to this? Oh, I just died in your arms.
Good Tuesday. Totally terrific. Today, Turkey Taco Tunes Tuesday morning, everybody. I hope everybody's off to a dope ass start to their day. It's been a wonderful Tuesday morning so far. And cheers, everybody. Good morning, Mindy. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, Crystal. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Deb. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, brother Boston Mike. How are you, man? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Are you still rocking with us? Do you want to drop that word, just the word with, and send it in as a comment? We'll get it saved. What is up, Kay? Good morning. I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, Mama Roo. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, DJ Ash. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Ma. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. I hope everybody's off to a dope start to their day and ready for our Timeline Tuesday Wake and Bake. We're going to go with some Crowded House this morning. Cheers, everybody.
There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, let come, to build a wall between us. No. Towing my car
Let's fucking go. Such a dope song. I hope everybody's off to a wonderful start to their Tuesday. Good morning, Nathan. How are you, man? Can I get a Ric Flair? Woo! It's the morning. I tried. Oh shit, that's dope, Ma. Hopefully she said yes. Boston Mike, are you still rocking with us? Do you want to drop that word with? Kay, do you want to drop the word my? And we should be good. What does everybody know this morning? It's been a dope morning. We got some this day in history. They are very dope. Coming up here after 420. Good morning, CJ. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Dabber Chick show today instead of tomorrow. Kels has some things going on tomorrow, so she moved it to today for this week. Guardians of Unity. We got some new chapters this afternoon. Let's go. And it's Token Tunes Tuesday. It's going to be a dope day. Excuse me. Great interview last night. If you missed it, definitely go back and rewatch the Blank Era interview. Man, such a vibe. That whole album is so fucking good. And I don't know, it takes me back to a time when I was younger. That's a good way to put that. And yeah. I don't know. Anybody else got anything cool going on today? Kay, are you still rocking with us? Do you want to drop the word my? Did you? No. And Boston Mike, are you still rocking with us? Do you want to drop the word with? Our next getting stoned order would be Ma. Ma, do you want to drop the word with in case Boston Mike misses it? He's not able to do it. Does anybody have anything cool planned for today? It's insanely humid. And we're at 98% humidity. It's crazy foggy this morning. I had a hell of a time trying to find a sunrise cam. Everywhere's cloudy and raining. So we're at Coney Island. Cheers, Nathan. Yeah, it's Timeline Tuesday. We'll have 1987 for our timeline year this morning. We got our morning speaker this morning. Hopefully they do, Mindy. That shit sucks, not having water. Man. I don't know. Does anybody have anything cool planned for today other than show stuff and hanging out with Morgan? That's about it. She was up for a little bit this morning, but she had a long day of playing yesterday and running around, and so she's probably pretty shot today, but it's okay. Kay, are you still rocking with us? After K, it would be Nathan. Do you want to drop the word my? Just the word my, in case K misses it? That's hard to say. Right? Fucking A, Mindy. That shit's a struggle for real. Hey, let's go. I been working on some music, and I don't know, nothing too crazy. It's been pretty chilling, and I appreciate that. I like it. Usually the end of the month, beginning of the month is super busy, so I like it when in the middle of the month I can kind of just chill and work on some other stuff. Do you want to drop the word, just the word my, and send it in kind of like how modded with, and Mama Rooted only. Do you want to drop the word my? K is our my getting stoned order, but she might be doing something. We are 2 minutes out from 420. Smoke for 420 and just stay in history it up. And yeah, it's gonna be a good morning. It's gonna be a good day today. We're at on the beach, Nathan. Be careful, man. With that Hurricane Aaron thing, everything going on, man. The riptides have been crazy on the East Coast, so please be safe wherever you're going, man. Yeah, I went to the MAC, as Monterey would call it, as the Zoo Michiganers would call it, and it was cloudy and rainy there too. Cloudy and rainy in Chicago, in Duluth. Very bad riptide. It's crazy. They're talking like don't even go up to your fucking ankles. Like don't go more than ankle deep. That shit'll take you away. But shit's terrifying, man. I hate the ocean. Fuck that bitch. It's terrifying. Oh, dope. All right, well, be safe, Nathan. All right, we are 1 minute up from 420. Dope. We got our getting stoned words ready. Make sure you are packing up and rolling up and heating up and grinding up and coffeeing up. Heating up the dab rig, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yep. I just heard about that. Well, I mean, I've heard about that a couple times on the news, but yeah, the news has been covering the riptides like crazy. Please be safe, anybody that's going out swimming. And please be safe, anybody in the path of Hurricane Aaron or Aaron. Damn. Happy 420, everybody. Cheers.
Smoke weed every day.
Let's freaking go. Cheers, cheers. Happy 420. Hope everybody's off to a dope start to their day. Let's see what we got for some Good News Network. There's some good stories yesterday. Let's see what we can come up with for today. Oh shit, this is a good one. In the UK, major grocery chains are now alerting public when products are marked down, reducing food waste. Starting this month, frozen foods chain Iceland will be partnering with grocery apps to alert UK shoppers across the country every time an item gets a yellow sticker price. As part of a national food waste reduction program, 900 of Iceland's stores will participate, with shoppers able to receive notifications on the apps Olio and Gander. The initiative was successfully trialed in both London and Bristol and will now span the whole United Kingdom. Iceland has always been dedicated to tackling food waste head-on, and extending this partnership with Olio and Gander is another step towards making a real difference, said Iceland's Director of Product Process and Sustainability. Not only does this help our customers make their money go further, but it makes a positive change for the planet too. Since its launch in 2019, the Gander app has reportedly saved over 39 million items from expiration and being sent to landfills. Holy shit! Well, that's a damn good news story. I like that one. Good morning, Christina. I hope you are having a dope-ass Tuesday morning. We'll play a song and dive into our This Day in History with the one and only Vicki Bowers. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
So we're here doing a video, which is kind of interesting because we're doing a video, making a video of making a video. You know, there's lots of things going on at the same time. It's not like the normal kind of promo clip.
out how
Dang, Christina. It's wild. Schools are starting all over. It's so early. It's fucking still summer. All right, everybody. It is time for some Vicki Bowers, y'all. Let's fucking go. If you're not following, please make sure that you are. There you go.
Welcome back. Today we have a couple of commemorative occasions to mention, a word with a very useful meaning, some birthdays of historical and cultural import, a song and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for August 19th. August 19th is the 231st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 232nd in leap years, with 134 days remaining to the end of the year. August 19th is National Aviation Day to celebrate the development of aviation. This date was set by Franklin D. Roosevelt, and this particular date was chosen as it is Orville Wright's birthday. National Aviation Day has been recognized since 1939. National Aviation Day. August 19th is also World Humanitarian Day, designated by the United Nations General Assembly. World Humanitarian Day is an international day dedicated to recognize humanitarian personnel and those who have died working for humanitarian causes. World Humanitarian Day occurs every August 19th since 2009. World Humanitarian Day. Today's word is improvise. Improvise is a verb that has several meanings, more or less related. Improvise can mean to compose, recite, or sing, especially in verse, or to play an instrument or act extemporaneously. For example, the actor forgot his line, but improvised a witty remark that fit the scene perfectly. Improvise can mean to construct or fabricate out of what is conveniently at hand, to make or create something from what is available, especially when usual materials or plans are lacking. For example, Finding themselves more or less stranded, they improvised a shelter from leaves and sticks. Improvise can mean to bring about, arrange, or make on the spur of the moment or without preparation, as in grandmother hastily improvised supper. Improvise comes to us through French, Italian before that, ultimately from Latin, where it had a meaning related to unforeseen or unexpected. First known use of the word improvise is in the 1820s. Improvise. And with that, sure enough, this is the birthday of Orville Wright, born August 19th, 1871 in Dayton, Ohio. We often hear about the Wright brothers, both of them, so it feels a little odd talking about one brother at a time. But this is Orville's birthday, so that's who we're going to talk about today, mostly. Orville is the younger of the two by about 4.5 years, plus or minus. Their dad was a bishop and traveled a good bit, and the Wrights moved often. One time the boy's father brought home a toy helicopter based on an invention of a French aeronautical pioneer. This toy helicopter was made of paper, bamboo, and cork, with a rubber band to twirl its rotor. The boys played with this toy helicopter until it broke, and then built their own. They would later credit this experience with sparking their interest in flying. The boys were great tinkerers. Wilbur helped Orville build a printing press, so Orville dropped out of high school after his junior year to start a printing business. They published a couple of weekly papers and even tried their hand at a daily paper, but only did that for about 4 months. Later on, they became interested in bicycles and opened a bicycle sales and repair shop. Still and always interested in flight and flying, the deaths of Otto Lilienthal and Percy Pilcher in glider crashes convinced the Wright brothers that the ability to control the machine was the key to the flying problem, as it was called, and their experiences with bicycles convinced them that such control was possible. They observed the way birds altered the angle of their wingtips in flight. They built a small wind tunnel in their shop to test various wing shapes. They chose the location of their test flight, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, for its regular breezes and soft, sandy landing surface. We could go on for hours here, but let's get back to today's event, which is the birthday of Orville Wright. Orville Wright passed in January of 1948 at the age of 76. Orville Wright. This is the birthday of Eugene Wesley Roddenberry Sr., born August 19, 1921 in El Paso, Texas. Best known for creating the science fiction franchise Star Trek, he also wrote scripts for the TV shows Highway Patrol, Have Gun Will Travel, and others, and also produced his own television series, The Lieutenant. Gene Roddenberry became the first TV writer to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and has been inducted into the Science Fiction Hall of Fame and the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame. Gene Roddenberry lived to the age of 70. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter and actor Johnny Nash, born August 19, 1940 in Houston, Texas. He performed and worked in the musical genre of traditional pop and reggae, and his career in music spanned over 60 years. Johnny Nash sang the theme song to the syndicated animated cartoon series The Mighty Hercules, which ran on various television stations from 1963 to 1966. Johnny Nash passed in October of 2020 at the age of 80. Johnny Nash. Today's song is I Could See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. Written, performed, and produced by Johnny Nash, this one was released in 1972 as the lead single from his 12th album of the same name. I Can See Clearly Now hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and the Cashbox charts and in Canada and South Africa, and has been covered by quite a few artists with dozens of references and mentions in other popular culture. Nice song. I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. Link in the description. How about that? Today's word improvise reminded me of today's quote. It's based on a concept of thrift, a notion my grandmother liked to encourage. Whenever I get a saying like this, I like to look it up to see if it was attributed to anyone, and today's quote is attributed to President Calvin Coolidge. Cool Cal. It looks to be that his presidency concluded just about the time the Great Depression was coming on, and I've certainly known some dear old souls who went through that, who might have had this saying cross-stitched in a sampler on the wall. It is, use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Attributed to Calvin Coolidge. All righty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Let's fucking go. Please make sure that you are following Vicki on all of the platforms that she mentioned. Much love, Vicki B. Thank you so much for this day in history every day. We super duper appreciate you, and hope you have a dope ass Tuesday. Good morning, Martin. How are you, man? Good morning, Magic. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Definitely check out Good Journey by Unemployed. Just dropped it this morning. I think that was the one he played last night. That's only the second time I've heard it. Good morning, Boxman. How are you, brother? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Cops. How are you, brother? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Just finished up our This Day in History. And play our song of the day. I hope that's not the right one. There. It absolutely is a totally terrific Twist Titty Tada Trippy Taco Token Tunes Tuesday. Cheers, everybody.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Sunshiny day. It's gonna be bright.
Vicki B killing it with the songs of the day. Dang. Such a dope song. So we came to Niagara Falls. We were hanging out in Niagara Falls last night during the retoke. It was pretty dope. They had the lights all going and shit. It's pretty cool. I've never been, but I'd go. But that shit terrifies me. It's so strong. People used to go over that shit in barrels? What? That's crazy. Has anybody got anything cool planned for their Tuesday? What's everybody smoking on this morning? I am smoking on some Ghost cereal milk OG. It's still salad. It's still a salad. Yeah, it'd be dope to go. I'd like to go see it. I bet it's loud as fuck there. Probably all yelling and shit to talk. It just sounds like static, like a shit ton of white noise. Just gonna kind of hang out today. Hang out with the Morgster. She's still sleeping. Yeah, she's still sleeping. She went and got her ball and went back to sleep. For real. If she went outside for a little bit this morning and wandered around, and then came in, got her ball, jumped up on the bed, and went back to sleep. So she's out like a light. That's all right. She had a long day yesterday of running and playing and being crazy. Daverchick show today, not tomorrow. Don't miss out. Kel's sister's getting married. I think next Sunday. Let's fucking go. And so, Kel's got all sorts of stuff going on. I know, I get it. We've all been in weddings and shit, and it's like, holy moly. It's so, why is there so much to do? Even like, if you're not the one like in the wedding party or getting married, it's a whole damn ordeal. All right, I don't know. We'll play another song and see where we're at with our morning. Watch some Niagara Falls and get high. I don't know. It's been a dope morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Cheers.
Sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. He don't know what he's asking. When he tells me I better get in line, I can't hear what he's saying. When I grow up, I'm gonna make it mine. These ain't dues I've been paying. Well, how much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if you run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. You don't know what he's asking. Working starts to make me wonder where the fruits of what I do are going. He says in love and war all is fair, but he's got cards he ain't showing. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, come on back another day. I promise you I'll be singing. This old world, she's gonna turn around. Brand new bells will be ringing.
Such a dope song. All right, so get this shit. Niagara Falls has around 2,407 cubic meters per second cascade over Horseshoe, American, and Bridal Veil Falls. I think that's what we're looking at. I'm guessing. Well, that's a different comparison. But the Inga Falls in the Dominican Republic boasts an astounding flow of 910,000 cubic feet per second. I think that's got to be like the world's most powerful. It's the largest water source or the most powerful water source in the U.S. But it's not the most powerful in the world. That's fucking crazy. That's so much water. Oh, wow. It's ranked 11th globally when ranked by sheer water flow. That's not like that's 10 other fucking water. Niagara Falls is so strong. That's craziness. Damn. The more you know. Let me see what we got here. We do have our Timeline Tuesday segment coming up, 1987. We'll play a song and dive into that. I'm just getting high, chilling. Cheers.
conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were learned on that day. Keep feeling fascination, passion burning, love so strong. Keep feeling fascination, looking, learning, moving on. Well, the truth may need some rearranging, stories to be told, and plain to see the facts are changing. No meaning left to hold, and so the conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were learned on that day. Keep feeling fascination, passion burning, love so strong. Keep feeling fascination, looking, learning, moving on. And so the conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were learned on that day.
That's such a dope song. That's my favorite Human League song. I'm not coughing. You're coughing. Oh, wait. No, that is me. My bad. All right. Here we go. Timeline Tuesday, 1987. 3 years to my birthdays. My birth year. Whatever. Make sure you're following the Weird History channel. They got all sorts of cool shit. All right. Here we go. Oh, maybe. All right, here we go.
Here we are, 1987. This particular year in the 80s, we would see things take a dark turn. Corruption would be a theme in 87 with a slew of scandals, from political to business to religious.
The flesh is weak, Johnny. Only the soul is immortal.
But who or what could be behind this?
Could it be Satan?
Hey, good morning, Brittany. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully you're still on the up and up. Hope you and Jennifer are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We literally just started our timeline Tuesday segment, 1987. So good time in line. I don't know. There was something there and I lost it. Here we go.
It's possible because in 1987, the Satanic Panic was also sweeping the nation. Hang on tight, because this year is going to be a bumpy ride. We're going to talk about the news, culture, sports, and entertainment, and all that was weird in the 80s. This is Timeline. Today, we're reviving the year 1987. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know in the comments below what story from 1987 you would like a full video on. Now, doesn't 87 sound just like heaven? This is 1987. January of 1987 started off with the Rolling Stones' Keith Richards inducting Aretha Franklin to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the first woman to make it into the hall. The induction ceremony was only in its second year and didn't have the clout it has now, so Franklin didn't even bother showing up for the ceremony. But that didn't hold Richards back, who in 1987 was still indulging like he was on the 81 Tattoo You World Tour.
Hey, what can I say about Aretha? I mean, you're in, baby!
3 days later, on January 6th, after the U.S. Senate voted 88-4 to establish an 11-member panel, Congress announced it was opening an investigation into the Iran-Contra affair, starring Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North. We'll hear more about the Iran-Contra affair later in the year. The Bangles' Walk Like an Egyptian was already 2 weeks into a 4-week stay at #1 on Billboard's Hot 100. The Los Angeles-based band's biggest hit reached #1 on December 19, 1986, getting bumped on January 16th. Late in January, Pennsylvania State Treasurer R. Bud Dwyer shocked everyone when he took his own life in front of a room full of journalists and government staffers. The 47-year-old Dwyer called a press conference at his suburban Pennsylvania home the day before his sentencing, where he was planning on addressing the 11 counts of conspiracy, mail fraud, perjury, and racketeering that were brought against him. After reading from a 21-page letter he had prepared, Dwyer pulled a handgun out of a manila envelope. He backed up against a nearby wall and said, "Please, please, leave the room if this will affect you." As some ran out of the room to find help, others approached Dwyer to stop him. The news cameras caught everything and the aftermath. Many stations, both in Pennsylvania and nationally, aired segments of the incident. The final week of January, America would see its first condom television campaign, when Trojans and Lifestyles condoms each aired commercials in San Francisco, Detroit, and Indianapolis. Both brands would expand their campaigns, pun intended, to 6 more markets, including Los Angeles. While it might seem odd that the first condom television commercial is noteworthy, consider that the word condom had never been said on primetime television until a month earlier on an episode of Cagney and Lacey. Tyne Daly didn't even get to say the word condom either. She said, contraceptive.
Your father is right. Contraception is very important. If you care enough about a girl to make love with her, you should also care enough to keep safe.
10 years without freedom in a land called America.
Say I gotta live with you, eat with you.
On the same day, Ben & Jerry's introduced Cherry Garcia to their stable of ice cream flavors. Ranked as one of their longest-serving and best-selling items, Cherry Garcia was actually thought up by a Grateful Dead fan. Go figure. When Jane Williamson, a sworn Deadhead and ice cream fan, contacted the company and suggested they make a cherry-flavored ice cream and call it Cherry Garcia because, as she said, Dead paraphernalia always sells. And it would be a real hoot for the fans. 2 days later, the late Yul Brynner appeared from the grave in an anti-smoking commercial when he was interviewed on ABC's Good Morning America.
Don't smoke. Whatever you do, just don't smoke.
The somber interview was edited into a simple PSA, per his wishes. Brynner, who started smoking at the age of 12, worked his way up to a 5-pack-a-day habit. He was diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer brought on by heavy smoking in June of 1983, despite quitting in 1971. On February 22nd at 6:32 a.m., Andy Warhol died in his sleep at New York Hospital in Manhattan at the age of 58 while he was recovering from gallbladder surgery. Warhol's career spanned every facet of the arts: commercial illustration, photography, music, movies, commercials, and television. But the artist will always be remembered for his silkscreens, specifically his Campbell's Soup Can series, which ultimately revolutionized the art world, and which were good. Hopping from the east to the west coast, Grimes Posnikov, also known as the Human Jukebox, was ticketed in early March on the San Francisco Wharf for breaking the local noise ordinance. For 15 years, tourists and locals would walk up to the painted refrigerator box Posnikov was hiding in, slip him some loose change, request a song, and the Human Jukebox came to life. It's fair to say that the Human Jukebox was a beloved San Francisco attraction, but the good times ended when Posnikov was cited for playing I Left My Heart in San Francisco, 13 decibels over the legal limit. After being ticketed, Posnikov quit his street performance gig, sold his apartment, and began living on the streets. On March 19th, Jim Baker called it quits, resigning as the chair of the Praise the Lord Ministry, or PTL if you want to get fancy about it, after admitting to a sexual encounter with church secretary Jessica Hahn. Years before, Hahn had been paid the odd sum of $279,000 by the PTL to keep quiet. In late March, the Mobro 4000 barge, filled with 3,168 tons of garbage, set sail on a 6-month voyage along the east coast of North America from Islip, New York to Belize and back, desperately in search of a port to unload its filthy cargo. But because no one wanted any of the New York garbage, the barge was turned away from every dock it tried to stop at. It finally found a home in October, when the barge's trash was dumped and incinerated in Brooklyn. The ash was then hauled to a landfill in Islip, the city where the garbage came from in the first place. After 67 years in show business, Buddy Rich died on April 2nd at the age of 69. Yep, your math is right. Rich was behind a drum kit at the age of 2 in his parents' vaudeville act. He was a child prodigy. By the time he was 4, he was starring on Broadway, and by 15, he was Hollywood's second highest paid child entertainer behind Jackie Coogan. Rich was renowned for his regular appearance on The Tonight Show and The Steve Allen Show, but his greatest appearance was when he went head-to-head with Animal on The Muppet Show. Staying on television, the Fox Broadcasting Company made its primetime debut on April 5th, airing Married with Children, followed by The Tracy Ullman Show, 3 times each. This was the first time since 1955 that there were 4 U.S. television networks with national primetime programming. And speaking of The Tracy Ullman Show, this would be the first time we would see a crude version of The Simpsons on April 19th. When James L. Brooks was working on The Tracy Ullman Show, he asked Matt Groening, a Los Angeles-based cartoonist, if he'd animate his Life in Hell cartoon as short clips between commercials and Ullman's comedy skits. While he was in the lobby waiting to pitch his series to Fox Network execs, Groening realized if he gave the Ullman Show his Life in Hell characters, he'd lose the rights to his life's work. So instead, he created new characters with new storylines right on the spot.
Dad?
Yeah?
What is the mind?
Relax. What is mind? No matter. What is matter? Never mind.
On the same day, California's last free-flying condor was captured by biologists and put into a breeding program after its species was reduced to just 27 remaining birds, all of which were in captivity. It took 6 months of stalking the male condor, officially named AC-9, who was finally caught in Kern County and then driven down to the San Diego Wild Animal Park, where he helped rebuild the condor population. At the time of AC-9's death in 2017, he had played a major role in bringing his species population back up to 270 condors in the wild and close to 450 worldwide. Rebuilding the population, not bad work if you can get it. Joe Hunt founded the Billionaire Boys Club as a Ponzi scheme masquerading as a social and investment club in Los Angeles. But the good times ended when a jury convicted him of murder on April 22nd. Hunt represented himself and was eventually given life without the possibility of parole for the death of Ron Levin, a con artist who had conned the con and stole $4 million. Since Levin's body was never found, Hunt maintains that Levin faked his own death and is still out there somewhere. After being labeled a womanizer by the press, Gary Hart invited journalists to follow him, claiming they'd be bored by what they saw. What they actually found was a relationship between Hart and his campaign aide, Donna Rice. Amid the scandal, Hart pulled out from his second run for president on May 8th.
Have you ever committed adultery?
I do not have to answer that question.
In 1987, riding high off their success from a cherry version of their drink, 7-Up released 7-Up Gold, a new cola that looked and tasted nothing like the regular 7-Up. Roger Easley, president of 7-Up at the time, said 7-Up Gold was misunderstood by the consumer, and it was pulled from the shelves by 1989. Of course, the failure of 7-Up Gold had everything to do with poor marketing. People who loved the crisp, clear taste of regular 7-Up were not into a brown, spicy cinnamon ginger taste of Gold. Some say it actually was and is better than regular 7-Up. I disagree. The best thing to come from the 7-Up Gold disaster was that it gave us this commercial. The pizza delivery guy? It's Kyle Gass of Tenacious D. Mistaken for an Iranian oil tanker, the USS Stark was attacked on May 17th by an Iraqi Mirage fighter in the Persian Gulf. 37 Americans were killed and 21 injured. While President Reagan initially blamed Iran, Iraq apologized and made restitution. A ceremony is now held each year in Florida in honor of the men who perished in the attack. With about 50 hours of flying experience under his belt, 18-year-old Matthias Rust flew his rented Reims Cessna from Utessen, Germany, across northern Europe and landed on the Bolshoi Moskvaretsky Bridge, right next to Red Square near the Kremlin. The stunt, which Rust said was to reduce Cold War tension, cost him 4 years in a Soviet labor camp. He was charged with general hooliganism, breaking aviation law, and illegally crossing the USSR's borders. Lucky for Rust, President Reagan and Gorbachev agreed to sign a treaty to put an end to intermediate-range nuclear weapons in Europe. We'll hear more about this IMF treaty later in the year. But one relevant note, Rust's release was baked into the IMF treaty, and the German teenager was released to the West in August of 1988. From Russia to Liverpool, where Adam Horowitz was arrested after the Beastie Boys' final concert of the British tour at the Royal Court Theatre on May 30th. It only took 10 minutes for the concert to devolve into a full-blown melee. The audience and the Beasties eventually started throwing trash at each other, which is when a woman claims Horowitz threw a beer can at her face. Horowitz was hauled off by the Bobbies and was booked and charged with assault causing grievous bodily harm. He was released the following day on a $16,000 bail, but it turns out the Po-Po got the wrong Beastie. Decades later, Horowitz admitted that Adam Yauch actually threw the beer can, but he took the charge for his buddy, a charge which he was later found innocent. That's a nice beastie. The same day, the CD video was introduced into the world. CD-ROMs had been around since 1984, so putting information on a small silver disc wasn't completely a new concept. But while CD-ROMs were used for basic computing tasks, the CD video allowed for Laserdisc quality video on a compact disc. Unfortunately, because they were recorded in analog, you were only able to get 5 minutes worth of video on a disc. But this technology set the stage for DVDs, which would make their debut 9 years later in Japan on November 1st, 1996.
Want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone.
Moving on to Colorado, 30 acres of tires were set ablaze on June 9th after they were struck by a bolt of lightning. The fire burned for over a week, producing toxic smoke plumes that could be seen 150 miles away. The 80s would see 3 more tire fires that burned a combined 21 million tires. One of those tire fires started in 1989 in Wales, where 10 million tires burned for 13 years, from 1989 to 2001. 13 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of tires. That's a stubborn fire. 3 days later, on June 12th, President Reagan gave his mic-dropping Berlin Wall speech at the Brandenburg Gate in West Berlin. In front of 2 plates of bulletproof glass, Reagan addressed a crowd, and midway into his speech, he called out Mikhail Gorbachev, saying,
"Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall."
When it was all said and done, Gorbachev never did tear down the Berlin Wall. Berliners did it themselves.
What the is that? What is that, Private Pile?
Sir, jelly donuts, sir!
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes, sir!
Moving into July, the world got its first taste of Richard Branson when he and Per Lindstrand, a Swedish balloonist, broke the hot air balloon record for crossing the Atlantic Ocean when they took off from Maine for Great Britain. Branson and Lindstrand flew the 21-story tall Virgin Atlantic Flyer and made it across the pond, but landed in Northern Ireland due to foggy weather. After taking off again, Lindstrand lost control of the balloon and crash-landed into the Irish Sea. The Royal Navy had to fish them out, but hey, now they're in the Guinness Book of World Records. 4 days later, on July 7th, Oliver North began his televised testimonial in front of a joint congressional committee that was put together to investigate the Iran-Contra scandal. During the July hearings, North admitted that he had lied to Congress, which earned him 16 felony counts. But he went down arguing that he believed that helping the Contras was a good thing. North also admitted that he had misled Congress, for which, along with other actions, he was later charged.
I'm talking to you!
Drop it! Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
In late July, Mary Hart, host of Entertainment Tonight, had her legs insured with Lloyd's of London for $2 million. $1 million per leg. That's right. Mary Hart's legs were a hot commodity in the 80s. Thanks to Entertainment Tonight's camera angles, Hart's legs were always front and center. Months later, Entertainment Tonight changed their set. Behind her new desk, no one could see Hart's legs. This caused a minor outcry from one concerned and possibly creepy fan named Tom from Lake Placid, Florida, who wrote to NBC claiming, "I think I speak for every man who watches your show. The table has to go." On July 30th, Microsoft bought a small software company called Forethought for a cool $14 million. Forethought was only known for developing PowerPoint 3 months earlier, but it was designed for Macintosh computers only. By 1989, PowerPoint became part of the Microsoft Office suite, although Windows users wouldn't get their hands on a PC version until 1990. In the month of August, we go to the ballpark in a game between the Minnesota Twins and the California Angels, where pitcher Joe Niekro got caught doctoring the ball. Home plate umpire Tim Cheetah thought that the pitch to Brian Downing had a bit too much movement on it and told Niekro to show him the ball. After inspecting the ball, Cheetah asked Niekro to empty his pockets. The 43-year-old pitcher was handed a 10-game suspension for cheating, but maybe should have gotten time served for his brilliant acting on the mound.
He's out of there. He's been kicked out of the game.
We go again to the USSR, where on August 7th, Lynn Cox became the first person to ever brave the ice-cold waters of the Bering Strait to swim from the United States to Russia. It took 2 hours and 16 minutes to swim from the island of Little Diomede in U.S. waters, across the international dateline, and arrive at the island of Big Diomede in the Soviet Union. Cox's historic swim helped ease Cold War tensions. Later, when the INF Treaty was signed by the two nations on December 9th, Gorbachev gave her props for her bravery. We'll talk more about this treaty later in the year. Let's stop for a drink in August, where Howard Schultz and a group of investors bought the Starbucks coffee chain from its founder, Jerry Baldwin, At the time, it only consisted of 6 locations. Schultz was inspired by a recent trip to Italy, where small coffee shops were a burgeoning culture all to themselves. Fast forward to June 1992, when Starbucks went public on the stock market with 140 coffee shops. Today, there are over 28,000 Starbucks stores. They must be stopped. Heading into October, the AIDS quilt made its inaugural presentation in Washington, D.C. on the 11th, during the National March on Washington for Lesbian and Gay Rights. The idea of a quilt came from activist Cleve Jones, who wanted the patched blanket to represent people who died of AIDS-related causes but didn't receive funerals due to the social stigma of the disease. Today, the quilt weighs an estimated 54 tons and is considered the largest piece of community folk art in the world. When baby Jessica McClure fell into a well on October 14th, Americans glued themselves to their TVs. CNN reported rescue footage around the clock and even prompted President Reagan to address the ordeal on national television. Jessica was finally pulled out of the well 2 days later.
There she is.
Late in October, the U.S. Navy confirmed that it had trained and deployed dolphins to the Persian Gulf to locate the deadly spiked mines that Iran planted to threaten Gulf shipping. This wasn't the first time Americans acted like Aquaman and used underwater friends for intel. U.S. government officials acknowledged the Navy Marine Mammal Program at the Space and Naval Warfare Systems Command, where they had been training dolphins, seals, and whales, for wartime efforts since 1962. Whitesnake's Is This Love was released October 27th, making it to number 9 on the British UK charts and number 2 in the US, blocked from the number 1 spot by the impossible to topple Faith by George Michael. The power ballad was a little sappy, but the video introduced the world to lead singer David Coverdale's model girlfriend, Tawny Katane. Teenage boys around the world rejoiced.
I'm to drive you to Wichita to catch a train?
In late November, Korea Air's Flight 858 vanished off Burma over the Indian Ocean, along with all 115 people on board. It was soon discovered that North Korean agent Kim Hyun-hui and her accomplice planted a time bomb on the South Korean airjet a day earlier, detonating it over the Andaman Sea as it was making its way to Thailand. When the conspirators were caught, they took cyanide. Her male accomplice successfully committed suicide, leaving Hyun-hui on her own during her trial. Eventually, she was sentenced to death, but was later pardoned by the president of South Korea because it was judged that she had been brainwashed by Kim Jong-il and North Korean operatives. We might understand what may have inspired Kim Jong-il in a few minutes. The following day, on November 30th, during a Monday night football game, Bo Jackson barreled over Brian Bosworth, essentially ending the linebacker's career. Bo versus Boz had been hyped for weeks, but it wasn't really a contest. Jackson racked up 3 touchdowns and 221 rushing yards. The Boz's time in the NFL lasted just 17 more games, but his retirement gave him lots of time to audition for movies. In 1991, the Boz starred in Stone Cold, which in our opinion is the best movie ever. Well, that and maybe Lawrence of Arabia. It's really close between the two. There's so many similarities, but also some differences. We should meet and talk about it sometime. When KFC opened in Tiananmen Square, Western-style fast food chains were a new thing in China. The success was due more to the novelty than the locals actually loving the food. Staying in Asia, North Korea's Kim Jong-il published an 83-page essay on filmmaking titled The Cinema and Directing. Yes, Kim Jong-il was a serious cinephile. He curated a private collection of approximately 30,000 films that he kept in a climate-controlled vault. He wrote several other academic essays on cinema, and he published On the Art of the Cinema, his opus on North Korean filmmaking. The Supreme Leader's favorite movie? James Bond films, with Sean Connery being his favorite of all the 007s. It was reported that he was heartbroken and deeply insulted when the bad guys in 1991's Die Another Day were the North Koreans. Moving into December, Ronald Clements, James Hardy, and Theron Rowland attacked and killed Stephen Newberry, a Carl Junction High School classmate of theirs, during a time when America was dealing with the early stages of satanic panic. Near the Ozark Mountains, the 3 boys turned on Newberry. They beat him with baseball bats, then tied a boulder to his body and threw him down a well. When caught 1 day later, the 3 boys admitted they did it for 2 reasons. The first reason was curiosity. They just wondered what it would feel like. The second reason was Satan. Newberry was their human sacrifice. Coming back to the INF Treaty, President Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev signed the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty in Washington, D.C. The treaty stated that America and the Soviet Union agreed to get rid of their reserves of intermediate range and shorter range land-based missiles, which had the capacity to carry nuclear warheads. And while there is no data to prove it, we're going to go on record and say Sting's song Russians had something to do with dismantling the Cold War. 10 days later, on December 18th, Final Fantasy made its debut, and the role-playing video game quickly became one of the most influential and successful games for Nintendo. Why was the game called Final Fantasy? The game's creator, Hironobu Sakaguchi, admitted in a 2015 interview that he was prepared to quit the gaming industry and go back to college if the title failed.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Keeping to the theme of greed, Ivan Boesky, who was once considered the financial world's most powerful speculator and the personification of Wall Street excesses, was sentenced to 3 years in prison on December 18th. Boesky also had to pay back $100 million in penalties for conspiring to file false stock trading records. Staying in jail, Lynette Squeaky Fromm escaped from the Alderson Federal Prison for Women in California on December 23rd. Squeaky was serving a life sentence for the attempted assassination of President Gerald Ford. She was captured 2 days later and taken to another women's prison in Texas. What compelled Squeaky to escape? Well, she wanted to visit Charles Manson. And who could blame her? He was so culty-cuddly.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
Just in time for the new year, fluoxetine, also known as Prozac, was approved by the FDA on December 29th. Widely used for depression, it's also shown to be effective in other disorders, including OCD, alcohol dependence, and binge eating. And to close out the year, 1 second was added to the global clock on December 31st to accommodate the slight difference between precise time as measured by atomic clocks and the less than precise observed solar time. And that extra second is how 1987 ended. 1988 was quickly approaching with something. I can't believe what I just saw.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
A lip-syncing scandal unfold and the exodus of the Great One. But that is for next year. We hope you find some patience while you wait.
I thought it was the door to love, it was the door to hell!
Coming soon, 1988. So what do you think? What was your fondest memory of 1987? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other only about the 1980s videos of our weird history.
Hell yeah. I always love the timeline segments. Good morning, Amber. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Much love. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you this afternoon for some Guardians of Unity. I'm excited for these afternoon chapters. Yeah, that was good. Good stuff. Good stuff. 1988 next week. It's crazy. So will be our 18th week of doing the timeline segment. Well, we'll play a song and see where we're at. Happy 425, everybody. Cheers.
Hey girl, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night while I live right above you. I can hear your music playing. I can feel your body swaying. One floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh, my darling. ceiling if you want me.
Twice on the pipe.
If the answer is no, oh my sweetness means you meet me in the hallway. Whoa,
Twice on the pipe.
means you ain't gonna show. If you look out your window tonight, pulling the string with the note that's attached to my heart, read how many times I saw you, how in my silence I adored you, and only in my dreams did that wall between us come apart. Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Twice on the pipe.
If the answer is no, oh my sweetness means you meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. Whoa, I can hear the music playing. I can feel your body swaying. One floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Whoa, twice on the pipe. If the answer is no,
I love you. I love you.
oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show.
Much love, Kay. I hope your day gets better, dear. I'm so sorry. We got our morning speaker coming up here. I got a good one for us picked out. I will finish getting it ready, and we'll play one more song. Much love. Cheers, cheers.
I don't need a whole lot of money. I don't need a big fine car. I got everything that a man could want. I got more than I could ask for. I don't have to run around. I don't have to stay out all night. 'Cause I got me a sweet loving woman. And she knows just how to treat me right. But my baby, she's alright. But my baby's clean out of sight. Don't you know that she's some kind of wonderful. She's some kind of wonderful. Yes, she is. She's some kind of wonderful. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I hold her in my arms, you know she sets my soul on fire. Ooh, when my baby kisses me, my heart becomes filled with desire. When she wraps her loving arms around me, about to drive me out of my mind. Yeah,
Hey, let's go, Kay. Hey, shit happens. At least you found him. It's all good. I get it. All right, we're gonna do Dr. Scott Ayler's this morning. It's been a minute or two since we've done one of his, so it should be a good one. I'm excited. I always enjoy his stuff. All right, here we go.
Our brains are not designed to keep us happy. They are designed to keep us alive. They're simply organs, and they have the same core function as every other organ in your body, your heart, your lungs, your liver, etc., which is make sure this person doesn't die at all costs, please. And some of the things that our brains do to try to keep us alive actually end up making us very unhappy because our brains have a strong preference for sameness and predictability and routine. And so we almost all have this inner desire to resist change, even in domains of our lives where we are actually quite unhappy and on some level greatly desire a change. It's not that your brain wants you to be miserable. It's just that it doesn't care that much. It just wants to make sure you don't end up in a situation that it thinks has a likelihood of prematurely ending your life, which in theory is a great thing. Like you don't actually want your brain to constantly encourage you to put yourself in life-threatening situations, right? But the problem with this function is that our brains are very, very risk aversive. They are unlikely to encourage us to move forward or make a change unless they feel almost completely secure that nothing bad will happen to us as a result of that change. And they don't use accurate data sets to make their predictions. The information inside of your mind that it draws upon when it tries to tell you, like, how do I think this thing is going to go, is a bit skewed because it doesn't always interpret past experiences correctly. We all have things called belief systems, and belief systems are the rules that we understand or operate by for the parts of life and the world and society that cannot be objectively proven true or false. The ways that we adjust to and adapt to the ambiguous or subjective parts of our experience. So your belief system is almost like an operating system. So like on phones, right? There's iOS, there's Android. I think maybe there's still Google phones. I think Microsoft phones don't exist anymore, but they're different operating systems, different interfaces through which you access the internet and text messages and phone calls and things like that. Your belief systems in your brain are sort of like an operating system. It's the way you interface and interact with the rest of the world. And it's the lens through which you see the world and the actions of other people. So religion is a belief system. Politics are a belief system. Some components of your identity are a belief system. Now, some components of your identity are objective, meaning they are factually correct. Like you have a social security number. That's not a belief. You know, whatever you know it to be, that is its number. You have a height. That's not a matter of opinion. It's a statistical thing that can be measured. But a lot of who we are is subjective, meaning you can't prove it. And it's something that might look different from one person to the next. So, like, how likable are we? How successful are we? These are not things that have universally agreed upon definitions. And so these are questions inside of us that we have to ultimately answer for ourselves, but we answer them through a very risk-aversive brain that doesn't always make accurate predictions. And that can really screw us up when there's a part of our lives where we desire change, when something in our life is not going well and we want something to be different, because your brain will almost always encourage you to keep everything the same. Don't mess with it. Don't rock the boat. Don't take chances and don't take risks. A great example of a belief system that doesn't always draw upon accurate data, and I'm sorry, I'm going to accidentally call a few of you out here in a way you probably did not expect, is sports fandom. Especially, well, I'm sure it's true of all sports fandoms. I'm just going with the one I know the best, which is football. If you know any Cowboys fans, I'm sorry in advance. Every year, Cowboys fans, in my opinion, this in and of itself is probably a belief system. I see this more from Cowboys fans than any other NFL team. You always hear the Cowboys are going all the way this year person, despite the fact that there is really no compelling evidence that the Cowboys are in fact going all the way this year. They don't appear to be a better team this year than they were last year or the year before or the year before when they did not go all the way. So this is a belief system in the opposite direction, right? This is an unrealistically positive or optimistic belief system, but it follows the same logic. And what it probably is in many cases is like there was a time when the Cowboys were really, really good and did win the majority of their games and did go all the way several times. And if you were like a young sports fan during that time, it puts this idea in your head about like, oh my gosh, the Cowboys are invincible. They're just so awesome. They always win. And that changes over time, but our beliefs don't automatically update to adapt to the changes. They tend to stay very stuck in the past. This can also happen with negative things, though. This can happen with experiences like rejection or failure or humiliation or shame. And to throw another metaphor out there was a series of games. I actually did not personally like them or play them, but they were pretty popular in like the late 90s or early 2000s. It was called the Katamari franchise. And if you're not familiar with them, in all these games, you started out as this tiny little ball and you would roll around this like a city or a countryside, and you could only absorb things that were smaller than your ball. And the goal was simply to make the ball bigger so it could absorb more stuff. So at first, this ball is very small and you can only pick up like birds and pieces of trash and stuff like that. But every time the ball absorbs something, it grows. And eventually it can get trash cans and people and cars. And by the end of the level, you're like absorbing skyscrapers and stuff like that because this ball is so massive that it can just suck everything into itself. Our belief systems work very similarly to that. At first, a belief system can only interpret very small experiences and make very small inferences from it. So maybe it starts like this person is short with you. This girl in your class is short with you. And you think that girl in my class doesn't like me. That's a belief system. But it grows over time because additional experiences start to happen that get sucked into it. And experiences that contradict it don't get absorbed because they don't fit the narrative. So it morphs into no girls in my class like me. And then if that eventually morphs into no girls anywhere like me. And then that morphs into adults don't like me either. And eventually you end up walking around with this giant world-sized belief system that nobody likes you. And that impacts every interaction you have with the person and every chance you are willing to take. And you are probably not willing to take very many chances because your brain says that involves people. People don't like you. It won't go well. You probably shouldn't do it. If a belief system is not serving you, if it is holding you back from making positive change, then we should seek to shrink it and not grow it. So let me give you a couple examples. If you have a longing for a romantic partner, but you have a belief system that you are unlovable, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to talk to people who you are interested in because your brain is projecting negative outcomes for that situation based on this belief system that you are unlovable. So if I am unlovable, talking to this person who I hope might eventually fall in love with me has a low likelihood of success, therefore I shouldn't do it. And the act of not doing it grows your Katamari ball of unlovableness, which may or may not be a word, because you don't talk to the person, they don't fall in love with you, and you end up, air quotes, right, but you're only right by omission. You're only right because you were not in a situation where you could have possibly been wrong. And that's a perfect example of your brain thinking it is protecting you from rejection, but in reality, all it's really doing is confirming your rejection and preserving your loneliness, which is the exact opposite of the outcome you're hoping to have. Or maybe you're very unsatisfied with your career, but you don't think you're very smart. And so your brain might say, you shouldn't change jobs, you shouldn't change careers, because the only reason you've been able to keep this job as long as you have is because these people know you and they feel sorry for you. And if you started a new job, you wouldn't be able to learn it quick enough and you'd probably be fired. And then eventually you're going to end up homeless under a bridge. And so you stick with this career that you don't like, and you continue to believe that you're not good enough to do anything else because you're never in a situation where that belief system can be wrong. Experiences often have to be twisted in order to grow their respective belief systems. And in psychology, or really in all therapy, we call these twists cognitive distortions or thinking errors. In the TV show The Office, the character Michael Scott has deep insecurity about his appearance. And at one point in the show, well, actually at a couple points in the show, he is dating another character named Jan, and Jan eventually breaks up with him. And Michael assumes it is because he is unattractive. And they have sort of a postmortem about the breakup where they talk about why they broke up. And he says something about, was it about my looks? And Jan says, no, it had nothing to do with your looks. And he's visibly relieved. And then she goes on to say a bunch of truly horrible things to him, like it was because you're stupid and you have terrible body odor and bad coffee breath and a bunch of things that you would think would really hurt a person. But Michael's also a little bit oblivious and he doesn't care about those things. So all he hears is, I'm attractive. And so that interaction challenges the thing he is most afraid of. He doesn't even hear the rest of the conversation. So it gets twisted to support the belief system. We can shrink belief systems through the use of accurate, scripted responses for recurring scenarios we find ourselves in that strengthen the belief systems. So let me give you an example. When you face rejection of any kind, even just in your own mind, it probably perseverates a belief system around not being good enough, right? I'm not good enough for that job. I'm not good enough for that friend. I'm not good enough for that partner. Our brains make it a matter of skill and quality. And in reality, most unsuccessful relationships of any shape or form have nothing to do with your quality as a person and probably have much more to do with how well you fit with that particular person or organization. Relationships and connections between people and organizations in general are qualitative, not quantitative. It's not about were you good enough? It's about did you have the specific things that that person was looking for? If you didn't, it doesn't mean you weren't good enough for that person. It means you weren't a fit for that person. This is one that stumped me a lot. And I used to have a huge complex about this because when I started dating and got rejected or dumped, I was the kind of person who would pay very close attention to who does this girl end up dating after me? Who was her choice if it was not me? And I'm not trying to be mean, but when I saw who they ended up choosing, I often thought, I'm lower on the totem pole than that guy. And even for someone who already struggled with low self-esteem, I thought this is even worse than I thought, because I thought I was at least on that guy's level. And if she has chosen him over me, that means he's better than me. And so that really hurt my self-esteem. When in actually what was happening is these were people who were just looking for different types of guys than me. I won't tangent this too far, but I had a problem because I was in adolescence, I was really attracted to alternative girls, goth, metalhead, punk. But I didn't really have the personality type that most girls or women who are in those subcultures were looking for at that time. Those girls were not looking for a nerdy introverted homebody who wanted to go for a walk in the creek every now and then. They wanted, at least in my geographical area, they wanted party guys and rebels and extroverts and just not me. And so I constantly thought I'm just the worst. I'm not good enough for any of these people. And it was all just simply a matter of fit. I just didn't have what they were looking for on a qualitative level, not a quantitative level. So almost every unsuccessful relationship can be accurately summed up as this just wasn't a fit. And when you classify unsuccessful relationships using that framing, it will actually shrink the Katamari ball of I'm not good enough, because it's an experience where you didn't achieve a desired outcome, but it didn't get sucked up into this belief system of I'm not good enough. You had a different explanation for it. And so this deflates a little bit. And over time, it can dramatically shrink that belief system. Give you a couple more examples here. I'm not going to be able to come up with, every possible belief system, of course. But just to give you a couple more walkthroughs of how to use this tool. When you face criticism from other people, and they may not say it this way, but what you might hear in your head is that's a bad idea. That's dumb. That won't work. That's stupid. You're stupid. Why are you doing that? And all criticism from other people ultimately means at the end of the day, a way that you can accurately interpret and file it away is I am doing something different than what this person would do in my situation. And depending on who that person is, you might want to pay attention to that. If that's a person who's achieved or accomplished a lot in a domain that matters to you, then their feedback might be very relevant to you. But if that's a person who has never tried to do what you're trying to do, or who you would consider to be unsuccessful in this domain, then maybe you doing something different than what they would try to do is actually the point, and is actually something that can strengthen a positive belief system for you. So to give you an example, when I first started writing my first book, there were some people who I told that to who basically weren't very supportive of it. Didn't seem to think anything was going to come of it. And had I listened to those people, the book would not exist, and I would not have been in a situation where I could actually prove to myself I can write a book. Because I had really no reason to believe that. My only writing up until that point had been like research papers and stuff, which is a completely different thing. So the only way I could ever find out, is it true that I can't write a book, is by trying to write a book. I can't prove that wrong by just thinking in my brain and trying.
Good morning, Angela. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker. This morning it is Dr. Scott Ehlers. This is a really good one. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. And we're hanging out in Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Trying to figure out if I can write a book or not with no evidence, with no data. You have to do the thing and then see how it goes. And that's the only way the belief system ever shrinks. One more, and then I'll kind of wrap this up with a general summary. Insecurity. Many maladaptive belief systems that keep us stuck in unhelpful patterns come from a place of insecurity. And most thoughts, most experiences of insecurity can probably be delineated down to an idea that that person is better than me. And it's kind of similar to rejection, but nothing even has to happen to trigger the insecurity. Like with the rejection, you have to actually be rejected. But you can strengthen belief systems around insecurity just by like seeing other people exist and deciding that they are better than you. Some areas of this, just to give examples where I tend to be a little bit vulnerable, are the gym, finances, and parenting. So my brain often subconsciously and sometimes consciously looks at other people, looks at what they're doing, and immediately generates this reaction inside of me of like, that guy is better than me, or that guy's a better dad than me. Because I see him, maybe have a really good 3-minute interaction with his kid, and my brain extrapolates, he's like that all the time. He's the best. He's super dad. You suck compared to him. Or I see someone at the gym who's more fit than me, and I think he's more disciplined than me. He has more willpower than me. He's harder working than me. It's all these overgeneralized, unrealistic global thoughts that keep this ball growing and growing and growing inside of me until it just overwhelms everything. And when I see somebody who appears to be beyond me in some certain domain, first of all, you never really know. Maybe that guy in the gym is on steroids, and that's.
Good morning, Cornbread. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker, Dr. Scott Ehlers, this morning. This is a really good one. There's a little bit left. Here we go.
That's why he's more fit than me. Maybe that super dad is actually a jerk behind closed doors and he's only nice to his kids in public. So first of all, you don't even know if it's real or not. But hypothetically, let's say it is. Let's say it's exactly what it appears to be. When you see somebody who's farther along than you in life in some certain domain, you can accurately summarize that experience as that person has probably invested more resources into that part of their life than I have. There are many people who are more successful at business than me or who have more money than me. That doesn't mean they're smarter than me. That doesn't mean they're harder working than me. It does probably mean that they have invested more time into their business than I have.
Hey, good morning, Brother Bill. No worries at all, man. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope you've been feeling better. You're good, man. Good morning, Roy. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker. There's a couple minutes left. Hope everybody's having a dope morning.
But somehow when I say it that way, it doesn't really sting that much. It's like, well, duh, of course they have. I haven't been doing this for very long, and I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So it makes sense that there are many people more accomplished than me in this particular domain. And that doesn't really say anything about me other than just that I'm kind of new at this thing. And that's what almost all insecurity is you're just seeing someone who does that thing more than you. And in order to do that thing more than you, they probably do other things less than you, which means there's stuff that you are better at than they are. Because we're all stuck with the same problem. Essentially, we have a limited amount of time, a limited amount of energy, and a limited amount of attention, and we're all just trying to distribute it in the ways that make the most sense to us. And so sometimes you will see people farther along than you in some certain domain because they've put more resources into that domain than you do. And in most cases, that's literally all it means. So in order to get your brain to stop trolling you, stop holding you back from the things you really need to see changes in, classify and categorize your experiences correctly. Call things what they are and try your best to take away any twists or manipulations or misinterpretations and strive for the most accurate Our brains are not designed to keep really sting that much. It's like, well, duh, of course they have. I haven't been doing this for very long and I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So it makes sense that there are many people more accomplished than me in this particular domain. And that doesn't really say anything about me other than just that I'm kind of new at this thing. And that's what almost all insecurity is you're just seeing someone who does that thing more than you. And in order to do that thing more than you, they probably do other things less than you, which means there's stuff that you are better at than they are. Because we're all stuck with the same problem. Essentially, we have a limited amount of time, a limited amount of energy, and a limited amount of attention, and we're all just trying to distribute it in the ways that make the most sense to us. And so sometimes you will see people farther along than you in some certain domain because they've put more resources into that domain than you do. And in most cases, that's literally all it means. So in order to get your brain to stop trolling you, stop holding you back from the things you really need to see changes in, classify and categorize your experiences correctly. Call things what they are and try your best to take away any twists or manipulations or misinterpretations and strive for the most accurate internal wording possible. Doing this should help you shrink your Katamari ball that is keeping you stuck from progressing and help you finally move closer towards your life goals. As always, I hope this content is helpful for you. If it was, I would greatly appreciate likes, comments, and subscribes, all the things that every other YouTuber says. I know, but it's true. It does matter to us, so I should say it too. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.
That was great. I really like that one. Definitely a fan of the Dr. Scott. I like the way that he breaks things down. It's not as quite as technical as like Dr. K, but I still appreciate the fuck out of it. Right. Let me see what we got for a song, and we'll go from there. I'm so indecisive when it comes to music sometimes. But then I was like, oh, that one. But I haven't got there yet. It fucking flies. All right, I got one. All right, we'll play a song and see where we're at with our morning. Cheers, everybody.
I like you better when you're high, 'cause when you're high you never make me cry. I like you better when you smoke, 'cause when you smoke you laugh at all my jokes. I like you better when you're stoned, 'cause when you're stoned you never bitch and moan. There's just so many reasons why I like you better when you're high.
I'm oh so glad it's legalized. I got that good shit in my pocket. Woke up, took a trip to the markets where they jar it and ziplock it. Had to stop at the gas station as I walked along my way to pick up my chick some chocolate, you know, Ferrero Rocher. No surprise, soon as I arrive, she greets me with them pretty eyes and thighs. I said hi, she replies, are you high? Yes, how'd you guess? Do I look a mess? She said, I saw you through the peephole with that pre-roll Chico. She know my demeanor is calmer when I smoke as much as I wanna. I ain't never got no worries, I ain't really ever got no drama. I'm a perfect gentleman as I enter into her abode, ready for whatever unfolds.
I like you better when you're high, 'cause when you're high you never make me cry. I like you better when you smoke, 'cause when you smoke you laugh at all my jokes. I like you better when you're stoned, 'cause when you're stoned you never bitch and moan. There's just so many reasons why. I like you better when you're high.
Hanging out at your house with an ounce in my pouch. Fuck your couch, fuck your couch. We be fucking on your couch. When you bounce like you bounce, I can see you as my spouse. Girl, you sound like Minnie Mouse with your little shrilly shouts. I'm in heaven at your casa, king like Mufasa. Before I got to say hasta la vista, we feast on some pasta. Lots of women that I've been with don't approve of my ways, but you different and I think it's amazing. You dig me when I fly. I'll meet you in the sky. We're staring eye to eye. There's no now or never if I'm ever there with you.
I like you better when you're high, 'cause when you're high you never make me cry. I like you better when you smoke, 'cause when you smoke you laugh at all my jokes. I like you better when you're stoned, 'cause when you're stoned you never bitch and moan. There's just so many reasons why. I like you better when you're high.
Much love, Crystal. Just did. Brittany just did. Oh, absolutely, Bill. We know you got this. Yeah, I love it. That is Wax. Better when you're high. That's a great tune. Oh, man. What about... Oh, my goodness. I haven't played this song in for freaking ever. And it's so silly. And it's so perfect for morning time. It's been at least 6 to 9 months since I played this song, I bet. Cheers.
Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and cereal, 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 milk and cereal, cereal and milk, 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 cereal and milk. Give them to the needy. Feeling kind of greedy. I keep that for myself. 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 Mom likes special care. Can't pitch an inch. You 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 can't pitch an inch. The magically delicious. Yeah, something like a charm. Jack, you slip on the crack, you break your mama's back, Rice Krispies. Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal, cereal and milk, milk and stereo, 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 milk and cereal, cereal and milk, 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 Cheerio, we yo, Cheerio, we yo, oh we yo, Cheerio, we yo, Cheerio, we yo, Cheerio, we yo, in the morning at your table. Milk and cereal, snap, crackle, pop, 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 snap, crackle, pop. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, 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 cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Tricks off the kids, 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 tricks off the kids. Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, milk and cereal. Milk and cereal, milk and cereal, and no fake nuts for Grandma. Grandma eats a bread muffin.
Cornbread!
Beans!
What up, G? How are you this morning?
Good now. This thing, oof. It's
Oof.
dangerous.
This is dangerous. Oh, let's fucking go.
That's what I got from Europe.
Let's fucking go. That's sweet. Hold on, I'll throw you on the big screen. Oop, wrong way. There we go. That's fucking sweet.
I love it. Ooh, but ooh.
Ooh. That's fucking dope.
Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Ma. Good morning, Kay. It is cool. I've never had one before, and I was trying to figure out how to use it.
I get it.
Kind of fun.
I had to have Boxman and Copsy kind of help me when I took my first jab out of my dad bread. Yeah, that is badass.
My sister, the one that does not smoke, put this together for me because I didn't know how to.
That's cool.
She's like, it goes like this. And I was like, what the fuck did you just do?
Oh, well, thank you, sober sister.
Yeah. And then Ryan's the one that put the water in it because he's like, you got to do it like this. And I'm like, what? He's like, that way you're not sucking up water. And I was like, oh, okay, got you. Then I called Snapchat my best friend Corey, and I was like, okay, how do I use this? And he's like, you do this. And I was like, okay. I'll figure it out.
Now just don't mix that up with your Dr. Pepper cup. Grab the wrong cup.
Yes.
Hey. Same.
It does send me to Planet Europe, okay?
That's great.
Because I took 2 hits out of it last night, and I was fucking woo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one that this is what I won something from Europe, and I didn't know what it was. I wanted it to be a surprise, and boom, it came yesterday, and I was like, let's go.
Let's fucking go. That is dope.
It is dope. I like how it's, it says all things trippy and hippie.
Nice. That's fucking dope. All right,
how's everybody this morning?
Oh, go ahead. It's been a dope morning. We've been hanging out. We had a good Timeline Tuesday segment. Are you actually named after the girl in the well?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought mine was just talking shit. I thought I was laughing. I was like, that's great. That was on our Timeline segment this morning. Was the Jessica girl that fell in the well? And then Ma's kind of comment. She's like, that's who Cornbread's named after. And I'm like,
Yep, that's true. That's true. That's
crazy. Well, yeah, had a good morning speaker. Had a good Vicki B as always.
Let's go. I told you.
Love you, Ma. That's fucking great. Well, let's play a song and smoke and see where we're at with our morning. I don't know how much longer we'll be up, but we're chilling.
Chilling.
How far are you from Niagara Falls?
I don't think I'm that far.
Oh, okay.
Like, wait, Niagara Falls, what?
You gonna go? Oh, well, that's right. It's right on the Canadian border, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm an hour and 45 minutes.
That's not so bad. All right, we'll play a song and I don't know. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What up, man bear?
Well, it looks like we just went through an earthquake the way we all just freaking changed screens. I'm a little like anxious now. I think I'm dizzy. Shit.
I just. How's your
Hold
morning
on, I
going,
know
man?
you're dizzy. She saw it too. She was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Throwing
What's
everybody
going on?
around.
Pardon?
Throwing everybody around.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, what the heck? Why are you throwing me around like that?
Yeah. That's not nice, man. But
My bad.
yeah.
It'll happen
I'm
again.
trying so hard not to smoke this wonderful pineapple OG shattered all at once, but it's hard when it's good. You know?
It's
like
but
the better your smoke, the more you smoke it because it tastes good. It makes you feel better. And it's like, fuck, I might be a chronic.
Oh no.
Good morning, Ash.
Yeah, I'm barely awake. Half a cup of coffee in, but so yesterday was a historic day for me at my employment. Through 4 months of me just being like, you know what, it would be really nice to have like 2 days off in a row. My boss actually asked if coming up I want to start having 2 days off. And since there's a pattern emerging of Monday and Tuesday being not very busy, I was like, yeah, give me Monday and Tuesday off and I'll just work Wednesday to Sunday.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, that's fucking awesome. Like, I get it, working 5 days in a row is tiring, but man, that first day off is sleep and smoke. And the next day off, yeah, see me at nighttime, bitches, because like I'm just not gonna be there. Well, you know what I mean, though. Like, you need that. Like, come on, but you know, ow, fuck, I did it again. I am really dumb today.
Don't do that.
I'm good. I just hot oil on the leg again. Same leg as last time.
Hey, at least that spot's getting used to it.
It's actually really close to the last spot too. It's okay. It only melts your skin off.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, we've been jamming to some tunes. You wanna smoke and
yeah.
I got a couple more songs for us.
Okay.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's such a jam.
It is.
It's a good one.
That was. And this thing is fucking me up already this morning.
That's great.
Wow. I think this is my new favorite.
I've been smoking on the flower power lately. I got a little bit of flower left.
What am I smoking? Oh, Party Animals. That's what I'm smoking on.
Nice. I am smoking Pineapple OG, a little bit of Reclaim, and I'm melting leg hair. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely melted a little bit of skin on. So I don't mean to do it, but I get talking and I'm trying to drip the Reclaim out of the neck. And I have the drip tray right here and like literally right below the drip tray, my knee. And I don't wear pants because, well, fuck, it's summer. I'm not wearing fucking pants unless I'm
you wear shorts. Let's clarify.
Yeah, I'm not naked. Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
He is wearing some sort of undergarment.
I'm not sitting here. I'm not going all wrong.
He's like, I don't wear pants, y'all.
Yeah, I ain't doing the Ron Burgundy for everybody, all right?
Good morning, Johnny Five. How you doing?
What up, Johnny Five? Look, how them Canadian geese over there treating you? I feel like the Eastern geese are nicer for some reason.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Man Bear.
Right, your man's from Toronto. He knows the geese from Toronto. He knows the Eastern Geese Squad.
Okay, so when we were down at camp, they were fucking down there. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm not getting any closer to you motherfuckers. Nope.
So do you ever think like the Eastern geese and the Western geese like cross each other somewhere in like Saskatchewan or whatever? And like Saskatchewan-a-thon, however the fuck they're spelling it today. Like, man, there's so like seriously, spell Saskatoon or Saskatchewan right now. I live here, I still can't spell the motherfuckers.
S-A-S-Q-U-A-N-A.
No Q's at all. Jesus, man, go farther up north. No, but really, how the fuck do you spell Saskatchewan? I went to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. However the fuck you said, dude, it was black fly season. You know what's bad when they have to name their seasons by bugs. Oh, it's black fly season. Oh, what does that mean? Some kind of weird weather? No, you walk out of your car and it's just black flies. Like, don't open your mouth, close your nostrils, don't breathe, just run to whatever building you're trying to get into, do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's black fly. It's gross, man.
Flies are gross.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, like, you could move the flies with your hands. Like, there's
you got windshield wipers going off, the flies going on. That's gross.
So, yeah. Like I was talking about the one show, there's certain states that release trained bats to deal with all the mosquitoes, or you'd all be like eaten alive and shit.
So
definitely active practice in the United States.
When they were doing the Panama Canal, building the Panama Canal,
yeah,
the first time when the French were trying to do it, so like malaria and yellow fever was just running rampant, bro. And they thought that putting a basin of water by their feet was like a blessing of some sort.
Oh,
when
God.
It happens that the fucking mosquitoes were breeding in the basins of water. And like, so not only like but they didn't have like the medical science they knew, you know what I mean? And so like, not only were they trying to were they not fighting the disease, but they were helping it. Like
they were feeding it.
They were feeding it. Absolutely. That's crazy.
Before anybody asks.
Oh shit.
Athena is doing good.
Okay. Good.
She's super calm now. Super.
Yeah, she will be.
Super duper calm.
Yep. Absolutely. She that's something I've noticed and I've heard, but I've also seen it where it doesn't affect them, but it takes a lot of their like craziness drive out of it.
She's like all day.
And it'll get better too, you know what I mean? Like she's still in kind of recovery mode.
Yes, yeah.
So but like with Morgan, she's fixed and you would never like she's crazy. But like with Lucy, when we got Lucy fixed, she chilled the fuck out a lot. I mean, she wasn't like crazy, but I mean she wasn't crazy like Morgan's crazy.
She wasn't crazy.
Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear the puppies?
No.
They're fucking like.
Well, one morning they were really bad.
They're doing that same thing again.
Just starting shit with each other.
Yeah. And I've eliminated 2 out of there.
Well, I usually reword that a little differently.
I mean, she put them somewhere else.
Yes.
Okay. They're out here roaming around.
What is it? What? Manbear's not wearing pants. Cornbread's eliminating puppies. What is happening this morning, everybody?
No longer the morning show. Ladies and gentlemen, everything's backwards. This is the night show.
This
Sorry,
is
I don't know
the night
what
show
the
tonight.
fuck. I don't know what the fuck you're going to tune into later. The morning joking tunes. It's nothing but mamas and papas and Barry White.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking great. Well, then, I don't know where we go from that, you guys.
Oh, my
Well, it looks like it's time for me to hit the old dusty track.
Play me out, Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny? Oh, man. Family Guy just killed those guys.
Yeah,
so
Okay,
good.
sorry, I'll reword that again. There's 2 of them roaming around out here with me.
Hey, that's much better.
Yeah, but see, word choice is everything, and
Word choice is crazy.
Punctuation is really, proper. Like when certain languages spell things that in English don't mean what they think it means, and then you're trying to read this sign, and you're like, nope, I'm not saying that out loud. No, that's not a word. No. And there's you can look it up. I just say restaurant signs of Vancouver is all I'm going to point you towards. Just go restaurant signs of Vancouver. Go
there was a sign on an Applebee's in Sioux Falls, and it's like you walk up the sidewalk, and on the building there's a sign that says, "This is not a sidewalk."
No, the best was the fucking Dairy Queen had a war with McDonald's, and they're like, "Come over here. At least our ice cream machine works every fucking day," or something like that.
Man,
It was really good.
Who was it that used to like clap back on social media shit all the time? Wasn't it like Chick-fil-A or
somebody like that? Yeah,
somebody like that. They used to have funny ass shit. I don't remember who, but
come on, okay, so I think it's funny. Like I always talk about, there's certain products out there in the world that have never had any advertisement. Like, have you ever really seen commercials for Chinese food places? There's Chinese food restaurants everywhere, but there's not a lot of commercials for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, we know they're there, but you don't have to advertise them, right? So then there's this company called, I'm making a point because there's like 5 Chinese. I'm just saying, with social media and everything, you think people would advertise their businesses more. I love Chinese food, is where I'm going with this.
Absolutely.
Anyway, there's like 5 different places in town. But what I'm saying is there's a company called Hawkins Cheesies, okay? Very popular, crunchy little cheesies, like the cheesies, right? They have never had a commercial. Their webpage has no clickable buttons. Like, they're still probably using AOL or something, but they're still like everybody in Canada knows what a fucking Hawkins Cheesy is. And they've never advertised. Can you imagine having a company?
I know what you're saying.
They have no marketing
It's
department.
like the magical Chinese food places that just appear on the corner.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, shut up. You know what I mean, though? Zero marketing, and they're still, like, the most like Arizona Iced Tea. Arizona Iced Tea.
No commercials ever.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just they've been $1 since the company opened and never
You have a
changed
fun
it, right?
fact about that. You know why they print 99 cents on the can?
So the companies can't charge more.
Yep. So, Man Bear, I said I had something to show you.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
So, I haven't released a new song in a while.
Yeah.
And so, I do have a new song that I've been working on.
Oh, shit.
And so, I figured I'd bug you until you came up this morning until I
Nice. Yeah, you're lucky. I almost went back to sleep.
Don't fucking do that.
Oh, I'm going to do it, just not right now.
Well, not right now. All right, this is a new song I just finished last night. Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
I wake up slow with the dawn on my skin. Steam curls high as the new day begins.
Love it. That's sick. It's got a really good flow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really enjoyed how it came out.
I really like it.
I got another one, but it's more slap housey. I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know. It's been a while since I've kind of like sat down and worked on a lot of music. So, dang.
Did you hear him that time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Little bastard.
Everybody heard that.
So what I was talking to Ryan, the plan is today, they going outside today.
Yeah.
Fuck them down.
They going because it's only supposed to be like 75. So I mean right now it's cool out. It's like 66 degrees out. So
I gotta convert. I don't know.
We're at 66 degrees here.
Nice.
I don't know, man. It just says 40% chance of rain. I got rid of my weather app. It kept lying to me.
I mean, you're not wrong. I usually don't go by the weather because I just go by day.
You ever want to tell your children to get a job that you can never really get fired at for lying on the daily? Dude, weatherman. Weatherman's it's gonna be nice and sunny. So we're standing here in a rainstorm. My earlier weather report was fuck wrong. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, no worries. We didn't plan a big picnic out in the fucking bush, dick. Went to the park. Nice rainy barbecue day. Thank you.
Nice rainy barbecue.
Worked out great.
Oh man.
Always pack your umbrellas on them sunny, cold days.
Right? Went to the beach and it thunderstormed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And I come from the rainy city. Vancouver, man, in the 90s. Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking rain. There was songs written about the rain.
Rain.
I was thinking Blind Melons, No Rain.
Ooh, that one too.
Good jam.
We see what's going on in Vancouver.
Probably a lot of fucked up shit. Last time I was there, I was like, is this a movie set? Like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because, like, so when you take a bus to Vancouver, you get dropped off at the biggest fucking building you've ever walked through. Like, I'm talking like an actual mini version of like a New York style train station. And like, you're not ready for it because you walk into the building, you're like, what the fuck? There's nothing there, but the building is gigantic. Like, there's nothing there. A few ticket things, there's a McDonald's in the back or something, but like, there is nothing there, right? And it's huge for no reason. It's just a giant fucking building. And you're like, what's that? You're like, the train station? Like, that's the train or the bus station? Like, that's fucked up, man. Like, what the fuck is that?
I've never been to neither, so
I mean, there's a lot of cool things. Shopping in Vancouver is always fire. So many good stores to shop, like, for everybody. My favorite shit was there was vintage record stores where you could, and in the 90s, right? They already started collecting like CDs and stuff, so it wasn't just records and tapes. We were actually able to go to, like late 90s, early 2000s and get like CDs, used CDs and shit like that. And like I was telling Beans the other day, the band Bush, they had to change their name. They had to change their name for like I don't know how many years, but they were actually called Bush X for a while because there was a band out of the 40s or 50s who tried to sue them because like my band's name's Bush, you can't use it. So they let that one album, I think it was Razorblade Suitcase or 16 Stone, actually has a little tiny X next to where it says Bush. Yeah, and you can't really see it, but they had to put it legally on there. I was like, that's fucked up. Yeah. And then the guy died or something, so they took it off. Oh, it's a true story because the limitations only last as long as you're alive for certain contracts, right? Like they don't go on into eternity, right? That'd be crazy. Yeah, I like your song though, man. That's pretty good.
Thank you. It's been refreshing to, like I was saying kind of earlier this morning, the end of the month, beginning of the month is crazy. So it's been nice to be able just to kind of not focus on. I mean, the last couple of months we had a lot of new, different stuff coming out, and so it's just been.
Yeah.
But it's been nice to be able to work on some music stuff. I got some music stuff going on with Magic. A couple other songs. It's been cool. New Guardians of Unity this afternoon.
Oh shit.
It's getting heated.
Yeah. Yeah, see Vancouver in the back there. If it's pointed the right direction, there's like North Vancouver, and over to the left more there's actual ski hills. There's like I think 2 or 3, but the main one is Grouse Mountain, and it's just huge. It's huge. There's like 10 different ski hills on it. And the main one is like you could ski the main one when you were like 2 years old. Like it was just kind of so mellow and shit. Even took like my grade 7 trip there or whatever. Went snowboarding. Almost died. It was fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. No, you know, the weirdest shit happens when I'm on field trips. I don't know why. I have bad field trip luck. I'm that guy who weird shit's going to happen to. Like, what the fuck just happened to Mike? I don't know, man. He's on a field trip again. Like, just fucked up shit happens, man. Like, I get hurt, or like the bus leaves me behind, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like the guy for some reason that's always late for like no reason. Like, I was the last person to go to the washroom before everyone jumped on the bus, but I took too long. The bus left. Teachers not account.
There's a new Bruce too. It came out yesterday. We watched it yesterday afternoon, but I don't think you guys have seen it. And there's some people that might not have seen it.
Cool.
We can watch Bruce too, and then probably call it a morning. Here we go.
All right. Now, back when I was 16 years old, my older sister was on an episode of Divorce Court. Now, you might be sitting there like, wow, that's pretty trashy. Divorce Court? Why would you tell people about that? Well, I'm just a trashy enough person to be proud of that fact, all right? What the hell did your sister do, huh? Raise a family and have self-respect? Yeah, well, my sister got divorced on TV. Whoopity-doo. So I head over to my sister's duplex. And yeah, my sister lived in half a house, just like I did, per family tradition. And the whole plan was for me to stay there for 2 nights to watch my 3-year-old niece. Now, once again, you might be sitting there like, well, who the hell would put you in charge of a kid in the first place? Well, that'd be my stupid-ass sister, that's who. She doesn't make the best life decisions, all right? I mean, she's getting fucking divorced on TV, for Christ's sake. Who cares if I don't know how to do CPR and I think that the Heimlich maneuver is a goddamn WWF wrestling move? I can babysit, all right? I know how to make a chicken pot pie for dinner if I read the instructions really closely. So the first night, my sister heads off to go make a mockery of our family name on network television. And I gotta say, it was a great time babysitting. We fucking watched Scarface on TV. I showed her how to operate a butterfly knife for her first time. And of course, I made fucking chicken pot pies for dinner. It was a struggle, but I followed the directions on the box. The second night, however, was a little bit rockier than the first. I'm in the kitchen making dinner, aka chicken pot pies part 2, and my niece is out in the living room watching TV. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this big-ass thunderstorm comes rolling in, and it starts to be windier than shit outside. Well, next thing you know, the fucking news comes on the TV, and they're like,
"We interrupt this program for a severe weather alert.
Reports indicate there's some circly shit in the sky. There could be a possible tornado. Get in the basement. We're all gonna fucking die." Well, like most Midwesterners, instead of getting in the basement, I decided to go stand on the porch to see if I can see a funnel cloud. So I'm standing out there, and I gotta say, the severe weather is indeed pretty severe. At any second, I expect to see fucking Helen Hunt's ass pull up in a Chevy Silverado like, fuck, it's an F5. We gotta get Dorothy in the air, stat. But I go back inside, and I'm like, it's fine. I don't see a tornado out there. What are we gonna fucking run and hide in the basement like a bunch of pussies? Well, next thing you know, somebody starts banging on the front door of my sister's half of the house. I go to answer the door, and there's this lady and a kid standing there. Where the hell's the lady that lives downstairs at? She's getting divorced on TV. Why? Who the hell are you? I'm the lady that lives upstairs. Look, can you watch my kid for 10 minutes? I gotta go pick up my mom. She doesn't have a basement in her house. You don't even know who the fuck I am. I'm desperate at this point, all right? I don't want my kid eaten by a goddamn tornado. So next thing you know, I'm the parental guardian of this lady's kid while she runs off into the abyss to try to save her basement-deficient mother. And I'm staring at this kid, and I don't even know what to say at this point. Hey there, how's it going? Have you ever seen a butterfly knife before? Well, shit decides to get a lot more real when we hear a fucking tornado siren going off in the distance. Oh boy, that can't be good. What do you guys think? You guys want to go run and hide in the basement like a bunch of pussies? I don't know. All right, everybody, field trip in the basement. Here we go. So there we are, me, my niece, and some unnamed child sitting in the dark in the basement. And at this point, I'm just assuming that this kid's mom's probably out there dead in the street, and I'm his fucking future parental guardian for good. I'm sitting there thinking about all the shit that I can remember from the movie Twister, because really, it's the only knowledge I have of tornado safety. All right, everybody, let's take off our belts and let's tie ourselves to a strong pipe like Bill Paxton did back in 1996. We don't have any belts. God damn it, of course you guys don't have belts. What the hell are they teaching you in school these days, huh? Are you gonna stop, drop, and roll if you catch on fire, or are you just gonna fucking stand there and burn to death? What the fuck? All right, well, we should all be safe as long as we stay in this nice, safe basement, okay? And right after I said that, that's when I realized I got fucking chicken pot pies baking in the oven upstairs. I gotta go up there and get those bitches out before I burn the whole goddamn house down, which would be some shit, I'd have to say. You survive a fucking tornado attack just to die in a fucking house fire? These kids don't know how to stop, drop, and roll. What the hell are they gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and get the pot pies. If I'm not back in 2 minutes, I'm probably dead. And you guys are just gonna have to do some Lord of the Flies shit or something. I don't know, figure it out. So I go up the stairs, and in my head at this point, I'm thinking a fucking tornado is going right down the street like,
I'm gonna get you, you little chicken pot pie eating son of a bitch.
and then there goes the fucking duplex, bye-bye. But luckily for me, I look out the window, and just like Forrest Gump said in the movie, well, Forrest Gump, and just like that, somebody turned off the rain, and the sun came out. Ah, holy shit, we're all not gonna die? Kids, get up here. Turns out you guys all have a future after all. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now, to this day, I have no idea if a tornado ever touched down in the area or not, but in the end, it didn't matter. We all survived. Hell, even little no-name's mom survived at the end. Yeah, the weather was so bad, we ended up just waiting it out in my mom's bathtub. Anyways, thanks for watching my kid, random stranger that I'll never talk to again. The next day, my sister gets back, and she's like, well, how'd it go? Anything interesting happen? Well, we almost got murdered by the weather, but besides that, no, it was cool. I was getting divorced on TV. Oh, it was great. I got to dress like a slut, and I told everybody that I was the Paris Hilton of Toledo. You fucking said what? Yeah, that's right. My sister on network TV told everybody she was the Paris Hilton of Toledo. Can you imagine somebody with the same last name as you going on Fox and saying that shit out loud? Now, there used to be a clip on YouTube that some guy uploaded like fucking 15 years ago, but that video doesn't exist anymore, which brings me to why I made this whole cartoon in the first place. If anybody out there has a clip of my sister on divorce court saying she's the fucking Paris Hilton of Toledo, please send it my way. I'd greatly appreciate it. The end.
Classic.
Yes, that was good. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yep. Wiggity.
Oh, man. What up, Ammo? How are you this morning, man? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
It's Tuesday. Thursday? Fuck.
I'm late for work.
Yeah, I was gonna say fuck. I'm fired. Oh shit. All right. Well, I will definitely be on the afternoon show.
So I don't know, my brain works in weird ways, and I was thinking about this interesting thing that would, like, what would happen if, like, everybody just randomly got separated between 2 days? Like, everybody legitimately thought, like, you have these people who think, like, no, it's Thursday the 17th, and then you have this other group of people who are like, no, it's Friday the 18th.
Oh, okay. So like when you're
same day, like their phones and everything.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes I'm heating up my dab rig and I like set a timer for like a minute, and I swear like 4 minutes go by and no fucking timer, and I'm like, did I just like go through a time warp? I was sitting there and the banger's going red hot. I'm like, man, there's no way that this is like 60 seconds. I swear, like I think of like 30 different things and then it goes off, and I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you ever feel like you kind of just slowed time down for just a second? Oh shit, we got done.
What up, Pop?
You say hi, say good morning, tell everybody how you doing.
Nope.
Kind of rough.
Oh, maybe. Nope. What up, Tina?
Oh shit.
Super duper calm, like.
What up, Pop? Bye.
Oh, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Morgan's been sleeping all morning.
What?
All right, Roach. Good, Roach. What?
I thought you froze, man, there.
No, I'm trying to get this joint lit. It's Roaches, so it's little. Yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be a good morning. I might eat some cake for breakfast. This cake's awesome.
I swear, Ammo, she does get camera shy.
Yeah. Yeah.
She doesn't even like me taking pictures of her half the time.
Right? When's it my turn?
No, but I'm glad she's doing a lot better than she was, so.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when you can't help. You don't know, you know what I mean, what to do.
I was nervous, like. But basically, all she was throwing up was that the fucking her anesthesia and all that shit. Like, there's nothing in her stomach, really.
Yeah. Usually dogs will try to tell you how they're feeling in a way. There's signs.
Absolutely.
This thing's gonna smoke for a while. Got it lit though. That's the important.
Well, I don't know. I just want to call it morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kumo.
Cornbread.
Sorry, my niece came in because she's like, I got a haircut.
Hey.
Nice.
You look beautiful. Okay. Much love, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the morning show. I know I came in late, but hey, I'm here. I'm here. I know y'all missed me. It is a great way to start your day, for sure, definitely. Make sure you're following everybody you interact with. Make sure you're following everybody in the co-production team so you don't want to miss out what's going on. It's Tuesday. Let's fucking go. Stay lifted and stay positive, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Much love, everybody.
I'm glad I was able to catch the end of the show. Great track, Beans, man. Always good seeing you, Cornbread. I can't wait for this afternoon. I can't wait for tonight. I hope I see all of you there. Make sure you spread some love and positivity. Do something nice for yourself, something nice for your strangers, something nice for your friends. And like I said, I'll see you this afternoon and tonight. Much love, everybody.
Much love. I hope it has been a dope-ass, totally terrific Twisted TV Tie Turkey Taco Token Tunes Tuesday morning. Great Timeline Tuesday segment. Great Vicki Bowers. Great morning speaker. Great hanging with Cornbread and Man Bear. Great tunes. Yes, I hope to see everybody this afternoon. Great Guardians of Unity, but Dabberchick show at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And so don't miss out. And then Guardians of Unity this afternoon, Token Tunes tonight. It's gonna be a dope day. Please make sure you're following everybody on the Cove team. Make sure you're following the one and only Mr. Cop Slot. It's fucking Tuesday, Token Tunes Tuesday. Don't miss out. Make sure you're following the one and only Europe Entertainment. Don't miss out on the Europe Nanigans every Sunday morning. Make sure you're following the one and only Michael Hugo Man Bear. Don't miss out on all the vibes he brings to the shows. Make sure you're following Matt Productions. He just dropped a new song. Don't miss out on all the music he's got coming out. Don't miss it. It's all fire. And the great interview last night. If you missed it, definitely go back and rewatch it. Blank Era was dope. Make sure that you are following the one and only Kelsey Dabbs. Don't miss the Dabber Chick show today. Coming up here in a few hours. Make sure that you are following the one and only Cornbread. Don't miss out on all the vibes that she brings to the shows. And thank you to everybody that helps support Cove-TV. It's possible. Cove-TV is literally brought to you by viewers like yourself. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch everybody at the Dabber Chick show. Much love.
Doing it right, everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right.
do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right.
Doing it right, everybody will be dancing and we're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and we're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing,
let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right. If you do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you do it right, let it go all night. Shadows on you, break out into the light. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right. If you lose your way tonight, that's how you know the magic's right.
Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful, tastic day. We'll catch y'all later.
Much love, everyone.